How satisfied are you with your life right now? How about your job? Do you enjoy your work and look forward to it? Or do you have to force yourself to go to work every day? Do you dream of a fulfilling relationship, but you lack the self-confidence to take initiative? Do you perhaps find yourself unattractive and you would like to change your body? Health, panic attacks, stress, family problems, loneliness. These questions could be continued indefinitely. We humans only have a limited amount of time here on Earth. In theory, we should try to get the most out of our lives. Theoretically. But only very few of us are truly happy and pleased with their lives. Instead, we are forced by society to take a certain path, which is not always the right one for us. That's why I graduated from high school, completed my studies, and worked myself up to a management position in the service industry. But for what actually? Significantly more stress. Working 6 days in a week from 11 AM to 8 PM and earning just over 2,000 euro before taxes, of which more than 2/3 is spent for rent and daily living expenses alone. I imagined my life very differently. Thus, I broke out of my safe bubble, out of my comfort zone, to take my life into my own hands, trying to change my current situation. Because if you don't set clear priorities for your life, then someone else will do it for you. As with me, work can be the cause of your dissatisfaction. I often hear from others who regularly complain about their work, and not just once or twice. It doesn't take weeks or months. It's often years. Others experience health issues like continuous back pain, but instead of exercising and being pain-free in the future, they can't motivate themselves and prefer to take medication on a regular basis. When they are alone, they always spend the time after work alone in front of the TV instead of joining social activities like a club or visiting friends and family. We stay in our old patterns, in our comfort zone. You are content with your current situation. You are not doing badly, but you are not necessarily happy either. We just live our everyday life until suddenly we don't have time anymore. In a way, it's our own fault if we are dissatisfied. If we want change, then we have to act ourselves accordingly and not always choose the path of the least resistance. Let me ask you once more, how satisfied are you with your life right now? And even more important, what are you doing to change your situation? I know that's a really tough question. When I realized that I was moving on the spot and not getting any closer towards my dreams, I reflected on my life and my wanted future. I want to be more flexible and conscious with my time. In the spa and hotel industry, working hours are during the time when other people have free time. I had to cancel countless birthdays, events, and even work on public holidays. I want a family life where I, as a father, can see my children grow up, and not only in the evening, when I just finished work and I'm completely exhausted and the children may already sleep. At the same time, however, I often have the feeling that I am wasting too much of my time pointlessly. An example was my excessive video games, where I sat down at the PC in the morning and suddenly it was dark outside. Means I also had to adjust my own priorities. Financial security. Despite the management level, I was very dissatisfied with the salary. Unfortunately, the service sector, such as hairdressers or fitness trainers, is not exactly known for its high salaries. I don't have to be rich, but I also want some safety. I want to be able to treat myself from time to time and not be afraid that I will have financial problems when something like my car has an error. Health. While I was at my career high, my body was at a low, but I would like to stay fit into old age. For a satisfied, happy future, these aspects definitely had to change. On the one hand, I had to adjust my personal habits, and on the other, some of my current life situations. So I took the first step and wrote down the cause of my dissatisfaction. Knowing these key points is incredibly valuable, because only what is known and visible can be changed. So take your time to note down your upcoming changes, and if you want, you can also share them in the comments to encourage others and myself. For me personally, the topic of health was easy to implement. I just had to reintegrate a regular exercise schedule into my life, and the diet followed on its own. The time problem with my job. Let's put it this way. Normally, I would sit still in the office, but instead, you can see this video here right now. Maybe you shouldn't take it to this extreme like I did. I guess I don't need much to say about my financial security as of now. What I'm doing here definitely has a certain amount of risk and shouldn't motivate you to take such drastic steps. But it should make you think about your life and what you really want to do with it. Do you know what my greatest fear in life is? To look back on my life later and regret something. I will discuss this very topic in the next video, which you will find here as soon as it is published.